And it is a rivalry game. I think there's a conversation to call it something. The one that I've seen thrown out there the most is the Battle of the Birds.
I wanted to get your opinion on this.
I don't like it.
Okay.
I really don't.
There
are 45 other games, rivalry games, that are better Battle of the Birds.
Okay.
I know it's North Texas. Yes, it's UTSA Roadrunners. It's a bird. North Texas Mean Green. I know their logo's an eagle. They used to be the Eagles. There's a lot of eagle paraphernalia around it, but their actual nickname is the Mean Green.
That's such a cool nickname.
It's
by
a
the
great
way.
nickname. I love it. So let's not call it the Battle of the Birds. They're straight up I-35. I don't want to go on a tangent, but let's not call it Battle of the Birds. That could be any other rivalry in the entire country where it's an owl versus a falcon versus a whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's just find a different name for it. I'll start taking suggestions again. DMs are open.
All right, we'll come back to this because we're going to talk about a lot of rivalries in the American, and you don't like the Battle of the Birds, clearly, but you do like some other rivalries.
I do like some other rivalries. Here's my number 3 on the list. Tulane and Navy. There's a reason behind this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, they have been very tightly contested over the course of their entirety. And they've played for a long time since the start of the year, or since the start of their programs. I think when you look back at it, Tulane holds a 13-12-1 all-time record against Navy. They played last year. It was the first time they had played since 2020. And Tulane destroyed what was a really good, highly ranked Navy team 35-0. But before that, one-score game in 2020, one-score game in 2019, one-score game, one-point game in 2018, one-score game in 2017. You get where I'm going here?
I think
one-score game in 2016. The last time they had a multi-score game was all the way back in 2015. It's been 10 years since these two teams had played a multi-score game, except for last year whenever it was Tulane flexing their muscles a little bit against Navy in that 35-0 score. So when it's been that closely contested since they started playing back in November of 1949 to November of 2024, they don't play every year. I need them to play every year because I think there's a little bit of rivalry there, a little bit of discontent there. They don't play this year, and I think that's a shame, unless they meet in the conference title game, and then all of a sudden it just gets nasty again.
If that happens, we're going to pull back this clip, and we're going to talk about that rivalry, and I'm going to be like, hey, I think this is a good one.
Come on now.
All right, let's take a look at your number 2.
My number 2, Memphis UAB. It's the Battle of the Bones. I just said it a moment ago. It's one of the few places, one of the few rivalries between conference v. conference opponents that has a trophy. So I think it has to have that nostalgia, that love for it. They've met 50 times before. I like this, and I also love it because it's barbecue related. Memphis barbecue, Alabama barbecue. Which one's better between the two? I love them both. I don't care. Just send me all the barbecue. I'm good either way. Texas barbecue's great. Kansas City's barbecue's great. But only one team can own that rack of ribs, the battle for the bones. Give me this game as my number 2 game.
Wow, I love the energy that you brought to that.
That's what happens when we start talking about food.
I was going to say that's because it's food related, and I have to agree with that.
Sorry.
We'll take a look at my number 3 now. It's not food related. It goes back to what you just said, and I just want to point out, in the game notes for this weekend's game, it does refer to this matchup as the Battle of the Birds. So,
which game notes? UTSA or North Texas?
North Texas.
Doug Waters, SID. No. I don't like it, Doug.
He's not.
I'm going to get a text message approximately 45 seconds from when I'm saying this.
Yes.
I need your reasoning as why it's the Battle of the Bones. Let's be creative.
Battle of the
here.
Birds. Battle of the Birds. You just called it Battle of the Bones.
Yeah, that's true. Battle of the Birds. Doug is one of the more creative people I've ever met in my life. I need you. We can put our heads together. You got a great sports information department at North Texas. Let's get creative here. Maybe Jared Mosley will commission a trophy. Let's do something big here. Let's piece it together. I think it'd be fun. Maybe it's the Stone Cold celebration. Like winner gets to own that for a year. I actually hate that idea. Don't do that.
Yeah,
that's a North Texas thing.
I was gonna say
no, they can't take that from us.
You can't let them take that. But this is my number 3 because of all the reasons that we talked about when we were previewing this matchup. Just the fact that it is an in-state rivalry. UTSA has dominated it the last few years, but the last time North Texas won, they wiped UTSA out of the rankings. I think this year in particular, it's one of my favorite rivalries because of the levity that it carries. I'm using my word again. It's levity, my word of the day, I guess. But you have a word of the day usually when you do your Cowboys stuff.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, but I think that UTSA coming off a big win, North Texas coming off a tough loss is a reason that this is also my number 3. We'll go to my number 2.
Go to your number 2.
Charlotte versus East Carolina, and I know that the people in Greenville, the fans in Greenville, may not even want to consider this a rivalry, but I think it is. I think that these schools are pretty close together. I think that they don't like each other very much, and I think that it gets exciting when you see them both on the football field. And Charlotte walked away victorious in this one last year. And ever since that loss, Blake Harrell took over and the East Carolina Pirates rolled with it. So I think that you can say that it's not a rivalry, but if it sparked you to have a lot of success after losing in the game, it's a rivalry to me.
I get it from a geographical standpoint.
Okay.
They're right down the street from each other, of course. But how many times they've only played, twice?
I believe so.
Ever?
Yeah.
So maybe it's the start of something.
It's the start of something.
It's the start of a rivalry. East Carolina's lost both of those matchups.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good one.
Could be interesting.
I think it'll be fun.
It could be fun. November 8th. These
Circle
two teams meet
calendar.
again.
I like it.
I don't know. I love how Maria was like, I know what people in Greenville are gonna say about this, and I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about how you see it.
Okay, listen.
Charlotte has won it twice, and I don't care. It's a rivalry.
I really like the people in Greenville, and I don't really want them in my DMs and angry comments. I said before people could get my comments about others. I did. But I think I want them to buy into this rivalry because that's what makes it so good.
That would be fun.
So I'm calling you to action, fans of the Pirates. Buy into it.
I think they will.
I think they will,
too.
They
are going to buy into it.
They're great. They're a great fan base.
All right. So you've heard your number 2, number 3. You've heard my number 2, number 3. There's an obvious number 1 here, everybody. We already know what the top rivalry in the conference is. It's Army and it's Navy. This might be the best conference or the best rivalry in all of college football. All of it. And so, yes, it is the number 1 in the conference, and that's not a shocker.
Yeah, I don't even think we need to put reasoning behind it. I think that we just put it up there, and if anybody wants to disagree with us on this one, I don't know. You'll have
Could you imagine somebody being like, "Yeah, Temple and Army, or Temple or not even Temple." I'm not hating on the Owls, but yes, the Battle of the Owls. Rice and Florida Atlantic is far better. No.
It's Army Navy in the American. I think in college football, it's one of the best.